There is only one crisis, just one. We're gonna see it showing up here. Crisis of imagination. This is the crisis there is. If we understand that my neuronal connections send a signal, that the quantum field responds to that signal and brings me the order that I'm asking through that. If I am in a limit situation, let's say extreme one, so that we understand each other. I'm married for 30 years and my wife wants a divorce. I lose my job, the company closes. Financial resources are entering into a complicated situation. A health issue is being detected, unexpected, and is quite worrying. We can create the drama scenario as we want. But if I have imagination and I don't have anything else, because it seems that there are no resources at that moment, because things are as they are, and it seems that nothing else is coming, I know that the universe responds to the vibration and the signal my neurons are sending. I start imagining. And what I imagine, isn't that what I'm seeing inside my brain? Those are the images, the visions that the universe is gonna capture. And what I imagine, it is gonna bring it to me. What am I saying? That we are the quantum generator of everything, and in every moment, if I haven't forgotten my ability to imagine, I can function as that. It is not daydreaming or dreaming awakened and wasting time in an activity in such a material world that people are not paid for imagining, except some privileged ones, and that the universe, the world, considers the intangible things of no value. This is the highest value for the universe, imagination. You can be surrounded by any difficult situation and say, what I do now? You can be in the street and many people are there, and a lot of people came out of that. But you can start imagining, because you are creating. You are creating reality. You can imagine yourself outside that situation. If you are ill, you imagine yourself healed. This is what I do in the quantum sessions, the private ones. Apart from bringing the quantum energies for the healing, I show people how to imagine yourself outside from where you are, so you see yourself heal and move out of the situation. So you can understand how to do it through some methods. You magnify and potentiate that signal and that vision so you move into a new state. Imagination is more powerful than will. I start creating images and I propose everyone to do it. You said at the beginning you spent 5 minutes creating your reality. So try now every day, 5 minutes for 2 months, imagining your reality as you want to live it. And then you tell me about it in 2 months' time. Because you're going to change the signal you send in the universe, give it time so it becomes adjusted, and the universe will say, oh, look at it, I'm being asked something else. Until now, I've been asked the same thing from you. It's that situation that person that goes to the restaurant every night, it could be one of us. Imagine that you go every night to have dinner to the Italian restaurant, and every night you order the same. And you don't want to eat that anymore. But as you go to the restaurant, you don't feel good because you're thinking, I'm going to have the same thing. One day you get there that evening and you see the menus on the table and it's open. And you look at it and say, well, finally, they have other options. And then you ask for something else. And the chef starts jumping out of joy because he says, well, finally, he is asking something else after such a long time. Now imagine the chef is the quantum field and you haven't thought that you could imagine something else and to make a different order, and one day you do it and the quantum field says, it is fabulous that finally I'm getting a different order. And where is the limit to this? In that we don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because if I have been born in a family with resources, with a level, it is hard to believe for me that I can be something else and tell the quantum field, bring me this because this is what I want. How much are we conditioned by those habits that are shaping our behavior, our thinking, and we are anchoring those realities, and we have to change it in our minds to see that we can be much happier and create a much powerful reality that brings more abundance and joy, and then we can share it with other people. The power of imagination. So what happens? You don't imagine because you don't have faith. It's what I say, you cannot believe in something better that you have known until now because this is a condition in the brain. We have a quantum responsibility to live according to the laws so that things go well for us. The laws of the universe, if we understand them and live them, are there so that everything goes well for us. They're not there to put problems and blockages on our path. The universe is in that way. It's not Mars that it is there and crashes against Jupiter. There is a harmony. There is a dynamic. The universe knows what it has to do. The waves of the sea are there as well, creating possibilities. But if I live according to the laws, things go well, but the human being ignores them. And then you get the consequences. So, the universe is a quantum universe and the reality is a quantum reality. There's no such thing, a half full glass or a half empty glass. That is duality. Why? Because half empty glass or half full glass is only in our minds. For the universe, the glass is always full. But if I don't speak the language of the universe and I don't understand, I'm going to believe that my language of duality that says the glass is half full or half empty, I'm going to think that this is the truth. I want the glass full if it can be in that way, and I want it full always. But you have to decide where do you want to live. If you think the great thing is that it's half full, we're not going anywhere. You want to say full every day of your life and you want to make that choice. But if you think that the worst thing is that it's half empty and the best thing is that it is half full, we go nowhere. Because our potential is a quantum one. We're divine. God consciousness individualizes every one of us, like you and I. We are not something less than divine. We have believed that for too long. That we have to achieve divinity somehow, because we are less than that. That is not the truth. We just have to remember and realize that it is that way. So what happens? That if we see lack, is that we are connected to the reality of limitation. And we thought that the glass half full was great. And now all our schemes are being broken inside. To realize what? That we are in duality, we are in lack. What do you demand of yourself? I expect the best from myself. I expect excellence. Can it be full? I want it full. Can it be full every day? I want it full every day. But I cannot think, well, what happens if then it is not full? You cannot do that because you go right down to 3D. And you don't want a ticket to go to 3D. You want one to go to the 5D and beyond. Somebody said recently that there is no point living lives thinking things that are not truth. And that is truth. If I can get rid of illusions now, I want to do it now. Do we agree with that? If we can get rid of them, we get rid of the lies. What do we want them for? Because if we want to be in illusions, we're going to suffer. And let's remember that suffering is the way the universe has to show you you are on the wrong path. But if you are in the right path, you are not suffering. So we have to reflect and find how much I'm suffering, how much I have suffered until now. And let's reflect on all that. Let's continue. Any thought that speaks to you of limitation, or that you think you're a limited person, is conditioning your reality. So I observe my thoughts. If I know that in this way I'm contradicting the universe and my reality, then I don't want to have limited thoughts, because it's sabotaging my quantum plan. Because the quantum field cannot enter, the duality will enter. I have fullness of everything and everything goes well. If I am thinking limiting thoughts, I am in the parallel reality, which is in duality. What do I have to do to give up that reality right now? I have a plug. Imagine you are plugged somewhere, which is connected in the 3D, the duality reality. What do I have through that connection? A level of information, vibration, and visions that I'm downloading them from 3D because I have signed up to 3D. Like your cell phone connection. And I want to sign out. I want to give up this connection. And when you want to move out of that one, you get an offer from your cell phone provider so that you stay and you don't leave the service. So be careful with the offers that the subconscious mind makes you when you want to move to a different reality. That says, don't change to the 5th dimension quantum reality. But what you want to do is to take your plug, unplug it from where it is, and plug it into the 5D, the quantum reality. So I give up the other one and I sign up on the quantum reality. Why? Because I have seen what I'm playing with, where I am connected. And if I don't make the change, I'm going to stay there seeing those programs of lack and disempowerment. And I eat that reality every day and I believe it is true. But when I connect myself to the quantum reality, what I have, the download programs that I get and visions, are vibrations and states of the quantum reality that empower me. And none of them is talking about lack, suffering, limitation, or anything like that. Not half full or half empty. So where is that connection? I want to go there. Every time I expose myself to that vibration, to that reality, it's changing me completely every day. But the subconscious programs are bringing me chaos that we are seeing all over in humanity. So let's have things in the right perspective. What have we said at the beginning? To access the quantum reality, I have to stop affirming that there is lack of anything. Can you do that from now on? I do it, but there are always people that are against that. Oh, well, what about people? Why do you have to worry about them? Don't let people influence you. Well, what happens at work is that they say, everybody's reading the newspaper, and I don't. And they say, well, you have to be informed of what is going on. Of course, you have to read the news. You have to plug yourself into the 3D. That's what they're saying to you. This is the best thing, to be plugged into the 3D. You have to be there. Why do you want to be different? That's the collective. But individualize, everybody thinks and believes that this reality is the reality. Well, the people say there that when they have a meeting, they say, well, don't you know that we are in crisis? And you say, yes, I haven't realized there is crisis because there is no lack of electrons. Okay, let's continue. The universe is infinite, is unlimited, and it's constant. What is not infinite, unlimited, and constant is our mind. And we think that the universe and the reality are like our minds, but it's not. Our minds are very not constant. That's why what we said, that you have to see abundance every day. The waves of the sea are there. Seas are giving fruits. Everything is expanding. The cells, the biological processes are working without you having to think about them or worry about them. And I'm worried because of that? Come on, where are we? The universe is unlimited, constant, and abundant. And that is not something that somebody says. It is an observation that I just can make in the universe and see that this is happening. So if this is the truth, why do I believe something else? It has nothing to do with limitation or lack. The half-empty glass or half-full glass is limited and not constant. I am in the source. I am a stream that is flowing. And I want to go to the quantum reality. I have to reach that conclusion as a human being. Because our glass has to be full always and overflowing. Because the level of the possibilities and energy are always there, so that everything is always full and expanding. What happens? That I understand that the universe is not a warehouse that you can buy through the catalog, give me this or give me the other thing. The universe is a production studio, a generator of possibilities, of films, of realities, whatever you want. And what is it doing? It is generating what you, as the director of that movie, is telling him to do. It's not a warehouse. If you have a fantastic idea, just put it into action. Give it to the universe. The limited reality implies you have limited partners in 3D, and you want only one partner, which is unlimited, the quantum field. And all the other partners you have in the board of directors, don't say it too loud, you sack them tonight, all to the street, because those ones that are not in the dynamic and vibration of the quantum field, you don't want them in your life. We're talking about the universe, and now let's see ourselves. What do I do within all this dynamic? I go from the limited self to the quantum self. What happens? The limited self believes that there is not enough. Not enough resources, opportunities, time, money, abundance, good, joy. It is contracted. It has a very reduced vision of its potential and of reality. It believes that it has to fight to survive. Look, this is how we live. This is how humanity is living. We have to fight to achieve abundance and all the good. If you don't fight, you don't get it. If you don't work hard, it's not happening. Sacrifice. We have to sacrifice ourselves to get the good. Isn't that inside the paradigm and the programs of humanity, in our subconscious, that you have to earn heaven with sweat and blood of your work? Our neurons are codified in this way. I have to remember the neurons when I think in a different way to all this. I have seen a video, I've been to a conference, I've gone to a workshop. I start thinking in a different way enough time so that my neurons connect themselves in a different way. Biologically, I'm changing my biology. I have to think differently for enough time. I said before, at least 2 months. When that happens, the neuronal change creates a new circuit that supports a new way of thinking. When that is consolidated, that which was difficult for me to think about because it was different to the way I thought, as I changed my biology, those thoughts are very easy to have. So I can think in the new way, in a very easy way, because it has changed. My neuronal connections have changed and the universe receives a different signal. And then I get a different reality. This is the magic of changing my way of thinking. Neuronal change changed my vibration. There is no sacrifice. I don't have to sacrifice myself so that good comes to me. This is the huge change in humanity. The vibrations are there, I am connected, and the blessings come down every day. The blessings, I let them pass or I resist them. A Course in Miracles say, the will of God is perfect happiness for me. I don't have to do anything. Why? Because I am a son or a daughter of the universe. And therefore, I am in the alignment of emanation of blessings that are coming because they are going to be there while I exist. But what have I done? I have let go. I have let it pass without putting buts or conditions or judgments. I have said, yes, it is there, I accept it. I have surrendered myself. You haven't done it? Try it, and then you tell me. This is the difference. Let's see about this. Okay. We have seen the limited self. Now we talk about the quantum self, which lives in the knowing that all the possibilities of the good are available to him all the time. Look at the sentence. In the knowing. So I know that all the possibilities of the unlimited good are available to me every moment. This is what I have to put inside my head. This is the upgrade of my software. The quantum self lives in the present, in joy. It is in the power, in the consciousness, love, light, and lives in trust. It is relaxed and is happy. It is in the light. The change from one to the other is to increase your light and your vibration. Why? When I am the person that I am, I have a vibrational level. If I increase my vibration, I become a different person. And what I see from this different person is a different reality. And I see myself in a different way. If I sustain a vibration and I don't change it, I am the same person and I'm creating the same reality. If I want to transform myself, I have to stop being myself. Because the person that I am has created the reality that I have. And a lot of people come in my courses and say, I want this, I want that. And I ask them, what are you going to do? And they say, nothing. If you don't change, the other thing is not going to happen, I tell them. Because you are the quantum generator. If you don't change, it's not going to happen. But people want everything without moving anything in themselves, in the comfort zone. So how do you do that? And I say, how am I going to do that? I keep you as you are and I change your life. I've said that I'm not going to do this anymore. Why? I have to become a different person if I want to create a different reality. Who is capable of creating that and sustaining that? If I have this reality that I have now, I am the person that I am now. I cannot have the other reality. Because if I could have it, I would have it now. So I have to do a transformation in the emotional, mental, energetical, and spiritual and neuronal self that is capable of creating that other reality for myself. Otherwise, I cannot have it. If I increase my light and vibration, I can do it. I see another reality. So we go from the Homo sapiens vulgaris to the Homo luminous, which is what the Mayans prophesized the human being was going to become. We have the option to become the quantum being, the being of light, or the Homo sapiens that we always know. You want to live in drama or in joy? Where do I focus myself on? You focus on the drama or you focus on possibilities? Let's take this question home. Do I want drama? Do I want light? Do I want joy? Where do I focus? What am I going to create? We're not here to complain. We're here to generate good things and abundance because we are generators. And if I'm complaining, is that I have forgotten that I am a generator of life and possibilities. I am a quantum being. If I scare myself with limiting thoughts, I have drama, like, what is it going to happen to me? This can happen, so we are imagining, but in a negative way. We want to use imagining in a positive way. We don't have to have a bad time. We don't want to have a bad time. But we are doing that every day, alone or all together, as humanity. It's any time that we change from cinema and that we go to watch another movie that doesn't have a horror ending, so that we like to have a bad time, and then we want to live better every day. But with that, let's change from movie now. Start creating and imagining a new movie with a happy script and a happy ending. Spectacular. What is going to happen if that happens? Why do I want to imagine the worst scenario? That frightens me the most. Am I inspired? I have emotion. Do I allow life to inspire me? To bring emotion to me? Do I flow with the present? This connects me with the quantum reality. But if I live like a zombie, that I'm not connected with anything good, where am I going to go? Everything is possible for someone who is inspired. So I need to change. And to understand that what I'm seeing is the past and the future. I'm creating it in the invisible plane. How? I have faith. You haven't gone to the wrong place. You are not in church. It's not the traditional way of religious faith. What is faith? It is the quantum faith, the ability to vision in the invisible field possibilities that now are not in manifestation. It is there. When I vision, and through my faith I can see something that is there, that I don't see here, but I see it there. The more clearly I see it, the sooner it comes. The less interference, the sooner it comes. Faith is my ability to see what is in the quantum field, that I don't see it with my eyes. I see with my imagination, with my feelings. You want quantum thoughts? Imagine your car. Ask for your car. I'll give you an example. Years ago, I was living in England. I didn't have a car. I wanted a car, but I wanted something different. A sports car, interesting car, outside the norm. But I thought, where am I going to find it? One day I was walking down the street in a place that I never went by, and there were cars there, and I saw a car in the street that called my attention. I looked at it and said, this is the car I want. It was a car that wasn't anywhere. It was beautiful inside, really impeccable. And then I thought, where am I going to find a car like this? And the next thought was, I just found it. I left a note to the owner with my phone on the windscreen, and I went home. Next day, he called me and asked me, what is the matter with my car? And I said, don't you sell it to me? He said, no, it's not for sale. Okay, we talk a little more and put the phone down. 3 days later, he called me and said, I'll sell it to you. And I had my car that same week. Why? Because I had a quantum thought. You see, possibilities are there when you see them. The car wasn't for sale in a car shop, or it wasn't somewhere in the internet or with a sign saying for sale. I saw the possibility, and what did the universe do? So I imagined the possibility that that car could be my car. So we see that our imagination creates our reality. See the possibility of seeing the things that are in front of us, but many times we don't see them, and it just happens that they are there. So you think, how do I do it? And it is already done. You just have to see it, be able to imagine that it is there. We spend more time worrying about things than creating the good things that we want. So ask for your car. your partner, your work, your life mission. Ask for whatever you want. What do? You get up in the morning and you go to bed at night. But you don't go to bed until you have become that person that you want to be. And in between, to become that person, you don't want to go to bed being the same person. What do you do? In between getting up in the morning and going to bed, what is there so that you become a different person? You give everything. One step more towards being your quantum self. Because if what I do is being what I am, I'm gonna go to bed being the same person that got up that morning. And there is no evolution that day. Give everything. What is for you to give everything? To give everything in that direction of creating the life you want, to be the person you want to be. You start meditating, visualizing, as we said before. You don't get up from that visioning until you are that person that you want to be. You become it vibrationally. You don't leave the meditation until you are clear in the reality that you want for yourself. What can you do every day? Put it into action, create it. Don't do it halfway, put it passion. But watch the circuits, because they are keeping you. What happens? I'm worried, you're stressed. You know, this is the mantra we use, but you change to move to a different cinema. And knowing that everything is for you. I could have seen that car and thought, well, it's not for sale, so I'm not going to do anything. But if it was a good job, it could have changed my life. I wanted a car that made me feel good, and I got it. If I don't think that everything is for me, I might think, well, I give him my details, but he's not going to sell it to me. You cannot live like that. But if you bet on that and you go for it, then it's going to happen. Let's continue. What can you do? Give up limitation, lack, and the paradigm of false reality, and to sign up to the quantum reality, where all the possibilities are available to you. And we will see that on the seminar at the weekend, so that we become, through it, in that self that is capable of connecting with the quantum field where there is no lack, and you give up the 3D with the thoughts of limited self. You receive the connection where there is only good, unlimited good, abundance of everything. And we will do that, and then to realize that you are the miracle. There is not another miracle. The miracle is you. You are capable of seeing and visioning the quantum self, the quantum reality, because you are the quantum generator that creates quantum bridges. We will see that this is the reality. From here, you create a bridge and you move into the quantum field to create a quantum self and a quantum reality. We will do that in the seminar over the weekend. Let's just reflect on this. Crisis end when you understand how the quantum universe works. We will learn to talk the language of the universe, because at the moment in which I talk the language of the universe says, okay, now I understand you. And then he brings the order. But if we talk the other language of separation and limitation in 3D that the universe doesn't understand, we don't get the order. Because it cannot connect with our signal. We're talking a different language. We can ask for everything, but it doesn't understand what we are saying, then we get lack. So when we go to another country and we don't speak the language, we cannot buy, food in a shop, because you cannot ask for everything. You just go home with one thing. But if you can ask for everything, they understand you, and then you bring home everything. But if you speak the language of the universe, then it can understand everything you're saying. And the quantum field says, I'll bring it to you. But if he doesn't understand what you're talking about, such a language of lack and limitation is such an impossible way for the universe to understand. But the fact that we are living such like in an abundance universe, it is absolutely crazy. So we have to activate our quantum code, access that level of vibration and light that allows you to move to the perspective of unlimited possibilities, moving out of the perspective that has believed that the reality and the self were limited. So let's go to the beginning, where we said, are you ready to receive an unlimited amount of good without conditions? Very briefly, because I want to close with a meditation. Let's comment this. An unlimited amount of good without conditions. You get the first prize of the lottery. You find your twin soul. You get the job of your life. We're talking about unlimited good without conditions. So far, are we okay? What else do you want? Something that I haven't said? Health? Improve your health. You have an illness which is not curable. You become healed. So you have everything. You become enlightened. Let's imagine that the spiritual thing is important for you. So you enter into nirvana. You become a Buddha. Anything else? Without conditions. This is the quantum universe. Can you see what we're talking about? You win the lottery, and next month, again, we said there are no limits. You keep playing, you keep winning. At one moment, your consciousness, your mind jumps up and says, hang on, wait for a moment, what is going on? When did I sell my soul to the devil? When will I get the bill for all this? What is wrong with me that the others are not having this situation? Do you want to convince me that you are here and your mind thinking of this is not going to jump? Let's not deceive ourselves. It's going to jump very fast. And it's going to start judging and saying, I don't believe this. What is going on? And start having fear because it's not accustomed to all this. Thinking the bill is going to be amazing. I'm going to be paying for all that. And when is the devil going to ask me for my soul because I really sold it to him to get all this? You see where we are. We are not programmed to live all this good. But we have to get there. We have to reach that place. We can live that. Everything is for me, truly. Truly. Because I, as a human being, can believe it. But whether I believe it or not, this is happening. This is the truth of the universe. But now, try to live it without the resistances jumping up. And you have to look at yourself in that mirror and to see what happens that I cannot feel that everything is for me. Because I believe something here or there, it's against me. And I have to fight and make an effort because you don't believe that everything is for you. You have to be happy, smiling, knowing that everything is for you, because this is the truth. If you believe that everything is for you, if we believe that, we wouldn't have a worry in the world anytime, because we would have that clarity and that conviction that life is like that, and therefore I receive. But are we receiving? So let's look at the areas of the seminar and what we are going to learn. This is the program of the seminar. Let's look at it quickly. Quantum reality from the limited self to the quantum self. What are we seeing here? The movement from the limited self to the quantum self affects all areas of my life. Abundance, relationships, spirituality, life mission. The human of light. I move out of the human that I know to become this human of possibilities. And I move and I connect everything in my life with the quantum reality, with the quantum field. And I stop living in 3D. How do I sign up to the quantum reality? What are we going to see? Discover a new you for the new times. Give up limitation, activate your quantum self. Move out of crisis and drama. Crisis end when you realize how the universe works. It is a shift in your mind. We will see why the rational logic is trapping us in a limited world, and we have to sign up to the quantum logic that is going to free us. And then we create a different answer from the universe and from the reality we attract. And we move from victim to personal power to create a new reality. And we talk about miracles. It's not what Jesus does. Jesus becomes aligned. So miracle is correct alignment with the universe. And we realize that we are channeling 3D or 5D every moment of our lives. And we're going to learn how to do that. And then we will leave quantum activations of your energy field to connect with the quantum field to activate that vibration in you right away. So we're going to see all that. And before we continue, I want to know if there are any questions that you want to ask. And then we'll do a brief meditation at the end. The problem is the things that we are programmed about. Yes, of course. That is there to be transformed. And to go beyond that. We're going to do a few minutes as we answer the last questions. All this that you mentioned is very interesting. And I wonder if that means that we can see ourselves as extraordinary beings that can do anything in life. Because I think that is a possibility I can see. And I can imagine myself being that. You can become really an extraordinary being. Yes, if that's the way you want to look at it, it is within your reach. Let's not forget that we have an evolutionary mission, and we can find also that part of spiritual development, not only the material world, but the spiritual mission that we have, and everything is possible. Some people focus the reality in that way. Yes. A question, you have spoken about the universe, and you said that it was constant. What does that mean? It means that the universe works in a different way to the reality that we know, what there is and there is not. There is something and there is lack of something. There is no constancy on that. The universe is constant in creating abundance. Here you have health and then you don't have health. There is no constancy in good. You might have a job and then you might not have it. But in the universe, there is constancy. It is abundant. There is no opposite to that abundance. There is constancy in the perfect abundance in the universe. There is no opposite to that. This is what it means.